Tony's right. I wonder if I said the right intro to the other video. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oops, my bad if I didn't. It's Tony's right for this video. So I'm going to talk about my growing interest in reading outside of poetry. So, yeah, like I am starting to kind of maybe inch my way back into reading like fiction and stuff like that. And I really wasn't like fucking with that for a while because like poetry, I want to focus on poetry. I want to understand poetry more, get into it because that's what I'm getting my degree like my concentration is going to be in poetry. My degree will be creative writing, but my concentration is poetry. Like I'm not multidisciplinary, I'm not interdisciplinary. I am poetry. So that's what I'm concentrating in. But I kind of realized that I like the idea of reading outside of my like genre within the program again. And it kind of has been creeping up on me since second year. So second year I took this kind of like seminar course where we read like creative nonfiction, poetry, fiction, like short story, like kind of fiction. And I really enjoy it because I got exposure to a lot of people that I would have never been exposed to otherwise. So we read like Jesmyn Ward, and then we read, let me see, Tobias Wolff, yes. Bullet in the Brain. Yes. Bullet in the Brain by Tobias Wolff. I really enjoyed that story. We read Ada Limon, who was like the poet laureate. And now there is a new poet laureate of the United States of America, author SZA? I know it's not SZA, the singer. Oh my god, how do you pronounce this last name? I don't want to like look it up and like play some video and get copy stricken. But yeah, author SZE, SZA. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was selected as the poet laureate. So yeah, really interesting kind of thing. So he is Chinese. He has a prose collection. It looks like he has like essays, poems, kind of like a triple threat kind of thing going on. It looks like, and it, you know, like in addition to poetry, he's done like some other kind of things. So that's cool. Anyway. So we got introduced to like many different people, right? So that was second year, and now I'm in a class where we're reading a book a week, but it's short, like not short stories, short novels, novellas, novelettes, kind of. A lot of them have been under 150 pages. So yeah, we've read quite a few. So we read The Vegetarian, which the author of that won a prize. I forget. Han Kang. The Vegetarian, which was originally published in 2007. She won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2024. And then we just finished reading, because I had to do an assignment on this. I had to do a presentation with two other people. We finished reading Natasha Brown's Assembly, which was really cool. Other stories we read were Miss Caliban by Rachel Ingalls. So we read that. We also read We the Animals, which is by Justin Torres. And then it's 2 weeks that I didn't read because I got the wrong book for 1 week and like waited to the last minute and only realized at the last minute I didn't have it. And then another week I just like wasn't able to get the book, and my life was just all over the fucking place. So I just let it be. So I didn't read like 2 weeks, whereas I gotta go back and kind of like do the retrospectively. So yeah, being exposed to like all these stories and like shorter pieces of work helps me dip my toe into reading again, because to be honest, reading books like full length, like 2, 3, 4 plus 100 book like page books can get really tiring and very intimidating. And I think that we really should in society appreciate shorter works of fiction, nonfiction. I think that it would make, like, I get it, like I get the idea that people have of like, yeah, we should make it so people are reading more. But I kind of feel like sometimes in these discussions about reading, we kind of miss like reading shorter pieces of work like is okay. Like people tend to look down on the idea like that somebody is reading like something that's 100 pages. 100-page book, if you're reading 10 of those a year, like, or 12 of those one a month, I feel like that is a good start. Who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who read, like, you know, a book a week, right? There's people, and they're reading, like, 300 pages. Like, I just kind of feel like we, like, get mad that people aren't reading enough, but then, like, when they're reading shorter pieces of work, we also are bitching about that. And I'm kind of like, you can't have both. Like, you want people to read, make reading more accessible, and stop making it such a, like, a contest type thing. And also people are reading many different things. Like, people are reading comics, they're reading manga, they're reading, like, they're listening to things, they're listening to audio dramas, they're listening to radio plays. Like, this idea that people aren't necessarily consuming media stories in general is just kind of, I think it's kind of false. And I kind of think also, low-key, the reason why people aren't reading so much is that they've had such bad experiences in, like, educational system, and I don't really care if it's the public or the private or the charter or the magnet or whatever. I think that we read generally across the board roughly the same books, and people are tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, like, we're not reading diverse enough mediums, forms of books, and we're not reading diverse enough, like, authors. And when I mean diversity, I don't mean just like ethnicity, I mean just like story structure, translations from different languages, like things like that. So I'm actually really happy that I have been exposed to more books per week, because it's like a book week for this class. I'm glad that I've been exposed to it, and it's helping me figure out like other ways that I want to get stories out there, because I don't want to just do poetry. Like, I want to do fiction, I want to do creative nonfiction, I want to do like screenplays, I want to do like playwriting, I want to do all those things. So having this exposure, especially in my final year, is really kind of giving me the push to make those creative projects a more real kind of thing. Like, they can be obtained because I'm gaining the skill set to do those things. So I'm really, really happy with where I am on that front. Yeah, like, so I have gotten into the idea of starting to head back to like fiction and stuff like that. Probably will stay within like this short novel, novelette, novella space for a while, short story collections. Another cool thing is that I found the person that I have been thinking about this short story for years, Amy Bender. So I'm going to start back maybe on that end, mainly because in researching her specifically, there's this thing called Slipstream, and so it is like, it's Wikipedia-able. So Slipstream as a genre is speculative fiction, So it's science fiction, fantasy, literary fiction, but it really doesn't have a bound when I'm looking into this. So they mention Helen Oyeyemi. Never heard of them, so might have to go like look them up. Mariana Enriquez, Amy Bender, and I might go in there. Another thing for me is that I'm interested in maybe branching out into surrealism, Afro surrealism. I think Afro futurism is like a thing, but I want to do Afro surrealism and see what books are there, because it's very interesting, because like the poetry that I'm coming up with, like people are mentioning it as like surrealist, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. Let's see who's out there with stuff with that. So starting to read more books will probably help me. And I think Afro surrealism is a more interesting concept than Afrofuturism. For me, I just kind of feel like, because you have to think about it, like it's more like a lateral move when you're thinking about realities, versus just straight up jumping time. It's a more subtle kind of reality you have to build if you're doing Afro surrealism, I think, for your like thing. So I'm looking up stuff right now, and there's that. So that's kind of where I am. I am getting towards like reading like shorter fiction pieces, and that happened through this program. I'm very happy about that. So I probably will do some book reviews of those things. Oh, wow. I probably will do some video reviews of those things. I love how I said that and like my whole thing just like changed. Anyway, still haven't gotten those done. But anyway, thanks for watching. I guess it's time to end this fucking video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.